Malaysia's ships have been granted clearance to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim announced. This comes after Iran allowed oil tankers from Malaysia to transit the sensitive waterway, which is a crucial route for global energy trade. The move is seen as a significant easing of tensions between the two nations, which had previously imposed restrictions on Malaysian vessels due to ongoing regional conflicts. The decision is also part of Malaysia's efforts to conserve fuel and reduce its reliance on imported oil. As the world grapples with increasing energy demands and supply chain disruptions, this development highlights the importance of diplomatic efforts in maintaining global stability. Looking ahead, it remains to be seen how this move will impact the broader energy market and whether other nations will follow suit in easing restrictions on Malaysian vessels. A devastating airstrike hit a residential building in Tehran, Iran, on Tuesday, leaving multiple people injured and one person trapped inside. First responders from the Iranian Red Crescent Society rushed to the scene, where they found a man pinned under debris. The rescuers worked tirelessly to free the man, who was eventually pulled to safety by a team of brave responders. The airstrike, which is believed to have been carried out by a drone, caused significant damage to the building and surrounding area. Eyewitnesses reported hearing loud explosions and seeing flames engulfing the structure. The Iranian Red Crescent Society has released video footage showing the dramatic rescue operation, highlighting the selflessness and bravery of the responders. Looking ahead, it remains to be seen how this incident will impact the already tense situation in Iran, and what measures will be taken by authorities to prevent similar attacks in the future. The Israeli army has fired tear gas at Palestinian residents of the Beit Imrin village in the occupied West Bank, prompting a mass exodus from the area. The incident occurred as Israeli settlers arrived in the village, sparking tensions between the two groups. This latest development is part of a long-standing pattern of conflict in the region, where the presence of Israeli settlers has been a major point of contention for Palestinian communities. The international community has repeatedly called for restraint and respect for human rights in such situations. Looking ahead, it remains to be seen how this incident will impact ongoing peace efforts in the region. The key takeaway here is that the situation on the ground continues to deteriorate, with both sides dug in and showing little willingness to compromise. The international community must now consider ways to address this cycle of violence and find a path towards a lasting resolution. A Spanish woman, Noelia Castillo, has lost their lives by euthanasia after a lengthy legal battle with her father. The decision was made following a ruling by the European Court of Human Rights ECHR in her favor, which found that Spain's euthanasia laws were unconstitutional. This case highlights the complex and often contentious nature of end-of-life care in Europe, where individual rights are pitted against paternalistic concerns. Castillo's father had opposed her decision to undergo euthanasia, sparking a protracted legal battle that ultimately led to her death. Looking ahead, this case will likely continue to raise questions about the balance between individual autonomy and family obligations in end-of-life care. A U.S. court hearing has centered on whether Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro's wife, María Gabriela Chilapa, and her daughter, Rosa Virginia Pacheco, can use the country's wealth to pay for their legal fees. The case revolves around a dispute over $1.2 billion in assets frozen by the U.S. government as part of sanctions against Venezuela. Prosecutors claim that Maduro and his family have plundered Venezuelan funds, while arguing that the couple should not be able to use these resources to pay for their lawyers. This court battle is significant as it highlights the complex web of international relations between the U.S., Venezuela, and the Maduro regime. Looking ahead, this case may set a precedent for how foreign governments and individuals are held accountable in U.S. courts, with potential implications for global economic sanctions and asset freezes. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has arrived in Saudi Arabia, where he's meeting with King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. This visit comes amid renewed efforts to secure a drone deal for Ukraine, as the U.S. shifts its attention towards Iran. The visit is significant, as it marks a shift in diplomatic focus for Ukraine, which has been seeking advanced military technology from Western allies. The U.S. has been increasing pressure on Iran to scale back its missile program, and with Russia's war in Ukraine ongoing, Ukraine sees an opportunity to secure a deal that would bolster its defense capabilities. Looking ahead, the outcome of this visit will be crucial for Ukraine's efforts to modernize its military. With the U.S. focusing more on Iran, Ukraine must navigate complex diplomatic channels to secure the drone technology it needs to counter Russia's advances.